everybody, welcome back to another review of Married at First Sight, Season 12. This is Episode 12. I think it's called Must Love Dogs. Yeah, dogs were a big part of this episode. I'm talking about the animals and the people. As always, it's your boy Big James, and hey, let's just get right into it. We're going to start out couple by couple. Our first couple is Brianna and Vincent. I like Brianna and Vincent. I really do. I think they're the best couple so far. They're, without question, the best couple so far this season. They haven't really had any problems, and the problems that came up, they've dealt with them very easily. It starts out talking about the boat date, and then he tells her she owes him a date. And she said, "What kind of date do you want?" And he just starts naming out places, like, for trips. And she was like, "Them trips, not dates." So then he started saying activities, and she was like, "Good Lord, like, it's gonna cost some money." But I like their dynamic. They really do. They're working to be in a relationship together, and I really like that. There's not really anything going on with those two. They went on a bike ride together because Vincent wants to get in better shape. He says he was somebody who liked to exercise, but he kind of got away from it, and he wants to get back, and he's happy that she is like with him, supporting him, and wants to ride with him to get back in shape. They make a bet, he lets her win the bet anyway because he just wanted to follow her to keep an eye on her, and she liked that, and he was like, "Yeah, it's fine." Because they had a race, but he didn't need a race, he just followed her. So he was like, "Yeah, I just want to make sure you was okay because you hadn't been bike riding in a while." So it was fine, They had a meet up. I think it was Brianna, Paige, and Haley, and their relationships are trash. And Brianna's like, I really don't want to talk about mine because theirs is so bad and hers is so good. She was like, "I don't really want to bring it up." They had a double date with Jacob and Haley. I don't know why. It was just stupid. It really was. Brianna and Vincent, they're the one I see the most. They're the ones that I see going the furthest. They're going to say yes on decision day, and they could actually go in a marriage for a while, because they're trying, because they really like each other, they love each other, and they're trying. They want it to work. But that's all I got for them, man. They was good to go. They should show, I don't know what's up with the producers, they should show more of the Brianna and Vincent die. They should show more of that. They were barely in this episode. Because it's going so good, they just didn't even show them. No, we like seeing drama, but we like seeing happy endings too. We like seeing stuff going good too. Show us the good stuff. All we get really is just drama. It's 2 hours, and about 10 minutes of it was on Brianna and Vince because their relationship was so good. The rest of it was just a bunch of fucking drama and nonsense. That gets old, and that's the big thing about this season is that it's getting old. Like, we're getting tired of seeing so many arguments, so much drama, and just so it's like, what the fuck is the point, man? This show has expectation that you're going to see something good happening, and you're not seeing anything good happening at all. And the stuff that is good that is happening is like they just reduce it down to the smallest amount. Our next couple is a couple of the damn day. Eric and Virginia, they're talking in bed. Eric and Virginia, there's no fucking way. I don't think they're going to say yes on decision day. Because of this episode, I think this shit is done. They've both said it's done. And I think they mean it. It started out over them talking about her dog. This whole episode, her dog, Rocky, started, it's just like, he needs to let that shit go. It's her dog. And her dog is trained the way she wants it to be. Him coming in saying that, "Oh, I don't like it." It doesn't fucking matter if you like the way he's trained. It doesn't matter if you like the way he's acting. It's hers. She is perfectly fine. The only thing she says she has a problem with is him jumping on people and biting them. But she said, but it's not biting. It's like, how dogs play around, gnawing us. So it's not like he's ripping somebody's fingers off or arm off or anything. He's just like gnawing on that shit that dogs do, where they just, I guess, gum you or some shit. She doesn't like that, but everything else is fine. He's not pissing and shitting all over the house. He's not tearing stuff, not doing a whole lot of barking. He's just energetic and playful, which is what she needs. Because he was like a rescue dog, and it's her like therapy dog. Because she has an anxiety disorder, the dog is for her to help her calm down, relax, and get over her issues. It's like a therapy dog. So the dog is exactly the way she needs him to be. And Eric doesn't like the dog, but he talks about his dog Tex, and it speaks to his own arrogance and his love of himself. Because if you ask him, he's talking about, oh, Tex is just perfect dog. Because then he'll say that their dog are reflections of them. Tex is perfect, and Rocky is, wild and out of control and doing all of this stuff. And it's like, first of all, you ain't perfect, or Tex ain't fucking perfect. And Virginia called him on it like, Tex ain't no fucking well-trained ass dog either. He jumps on people, he chases shit. So what the fuck are you talking about? She just tells him, like, I'm sick of your shit. And she gets up and she leaves while they're talking in bed. Because she doesn't want to talk about it. She does not want him to talk about her dog. But he keeps saying, well, it's our dog. It's not our dog. It's her dog. She had a dog before she ever even met you. And when your ass is gone, she's going to still have that fucking dog. That's just it. And because it was her dog first, she has the right to set parameters and boundaries on how you're going to treat her dog and what you're going to do to it. And she's telling you, my dog is fine the way I need it. If you don't like the way he is, you can get the fuck on. They get into a fucking big argument. She was like, she's sick of him talking about Rocky. She leaves, she comes back, and they fight some more. They're just arguing, and it's like, this is the thing that you didn't notice before, is that Eric can't handle his liquor. And they go to the behind the scenes shot of him like just going off on her while he's drunk. And he seemed like he was drunk in bed. It seemed like he was drunk the whole time he was talking to her. And she seems perfect, like she drinks a lot, but she's never belligerent or fucking yelly and screaming and shit like that. He's saying like he's an angry drunk. And he was just putting her down a lot this episode. He was just going off on her, yelling at her. But whenever the camera's on him, he's like, oh, we're doing great. And she tells him, I'm tired of pretending like we're doing great when we're not. Which I could have told you a mile away. That acting like you don't have problems, that's not going to work. Or ignoring problems, that's not going to work. And she is just like, fuck him. Because he's an asshole. And he wants it his way. He is like, oh, in marriages you gotta sacrifice, you gotta be willing to compromise. But she is the only one making sacrifices. She is the only one compromising. That's not how it works. She said that I'm not seeing my family. I'm not seeing my friends. I'm not doing the things that I want to do to make you happy. You're not doing anything for me to make me happy. You haven't made a sacrifice for her. And she called him on that. And he just like, that stupid ass shit. Because in his mind, not getting his way is just not going to happen. Sacrifice is you realizing his way is right. That's bullshit. And they fought the entire episode. Anytime they were on screen, they were arguing about this fucking dog. About both their fucking dogs. Even when she was gone, she was at work, and he had Rocky, and he's taking Rocky to like the pet store, and Rocky is acting like a dog. He's making a big deal out of a dog that's happy to see other people. That's wagging his tail. Like, that's a dog. What the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, oh, see, the dog is doing this, it's jumping up and down, it's happy. It's like, yeah, it's just a happy dog. It's a dog. He should just leave it alone. He really should. He should just leave the dog alone. She should just leave him alone. When this whole thing started, I was kind of iffy on Virginia. I was like, okay, now that the more I see her, I like her a lot. because she stands up for herself. She defends herself, and she knows what she knows. She believes what she believes. She might not say anything, but she notices this shit. She is very independent, and she really does think for herself. And she will let shit slide, but when it gets to that point where you're like, nah, this shit ain't finna slide no fucking more. It don't slide no fucking more. And I'm with that. I'm with her calling him on his shit, pointing out that he's a fucking liar, that he's full of himself, and that he thinks he's this great guy when he's not. He's very controlling. And she told him that. He was like, well, I'm just concerned because she went to the bathroom. He was like, they were together, and he was like, well, I couldn't find you for 30 minutes. She was like, I went to the bathroom, then I went to the bar and I was talking to somebody. She's like, that's all I was doing. They were out together. She was like, and I just went to the bathroom and I started talking to somebody at the bar. And he was like, well, I was concerned. She was like, that doesn't sound like concern. It sounds like you're trying to control me. Which is exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to control her. Like he's trying to control Rocky. He's like, I'm telling you to do this and you just do it. Don't ask, just say yes, sir, and go do it. Virginia is like, fuck that. There's no way I see this going forward. Like, they did not stop arguing. They did not stop fighting. And the thing is, though, his drinking, not hers, his drinking is a big problem. Because he gets to drinking and he gets violent. He gets out of control. She drinks, she relaxes, she sits down, she chills. He gets yelly and screamy. And he starts just cursing her out, putting her down, insulting her. There's no way this is going to work. And it's a group thing, and they were talking about mental health. And how, Rocky's something that helps her with her mental health, with her anxiety issues and her social disorders. And that, she's big on therapy and therapy. She hasn't been doing it, I guess. Her and Paige, they haven't been doing it since they've been doing this. Probably something in the contract. But, yeah. It's one of those things where I like her a lot. She fights. She is fighting. She is standing up against his dumb ass. Fuck Eric. That's majority of my notes is fuck Eric, man. Cause he's on that bullshit. He went completely on some bullshit, man. Oh, I'm just trying to cutting fucking grass. God damn it. Sorry about that. And it's just crazy to me. It's just really crazy to me that he thinks it's okay to tell her what to do all the time. Like for everything she does, he's like, oh, I have to know, are you doing it? It's like that's not even like I don't trust you. That's like I don't have any fucking faith in you at all to wipe your own ass after you shit. It's fuck him. Next couple is Clara and Ryan. Clara and Ryan, God, they're so weird. And it's both of them. And Clara needs to stop giving Ryan head. That came up at the end of the episode, but they start out with the tantric yoga. And she is all on him. It's a very sexual and intimate experience that go with your partner. Y'all on each other, touching and holding. They're getting their breath synchronized. They're doing all of this stuff. And Ryan don't care. So, I don't understand. He must not be attracted to her. Even somebody I didn't like. If they're all in my lap, they're all up on me. Like she was in his lap, legs around him, and he didn't touch her. There's no way. Even a woman I don't like. Could you be straddling me and I don't grab that ass? It's just like I don't grab your back. I'm not rubbing. I'm not caressing you. There's no way. Our genitals are rubbing, even through clothes. Are they rubbing and I'm not feeling something? She was on him, all in his lap, all up on him. He was spooning. And Ryan was just like, well, yep. I'm like, he can't stand her. And that has to be how she's taking it. He really doesn't like me. And he's doing this shit with their dog because, she's a stewardess, so she had to leave for a couple of days on a flight. So he was like, well, while you're gone, I'm going to try. I can't think of their dog's name. I'm going to train to be a better dog dad. He's doing the opposite of what Eric is doing. He's saying, you know what? This is her dog. This is their relationship. I want to try to fit into their relationship. I'm not going to change the dog to fit me. I'm going to change to fit the dog. Perfect. That's sacrifice. That's compromise. So he's doing all this. He's doing a lot. He is being actually a very good husband. He is learning about her. She's moving in. She's comfortable with him. She really loves him. She really likes him. And you see how he is learning the better. He's learning her likes and dislikes. He's getting close to her dog, her family, her everything. He is doing a lot to be a good husband. Except he does not want to have sex with this woman. And what we learn from Clara is that she says, I am getting him off every night. And he is not returning the favor. I don't know if she's doing the thing with the hands, the mouth, whichever one. She says he is getting off every night. And she has not gotten off since. And this is over a month. And she's talking to the other ladies and she's telling them, what the fuck? What is going on? What is the problem? He's never said I love you to anyone. And he doesn't want to have sex with her. He doesn't want to have intercourse at all. But he has no problem with her going down on him. He is perfectly fine with her sitting back. He blows his load, rolls over, go to sleep. And my thing is, Clara, fucking stop. Okay? Because she must be doing that, thinking that it's going to get him in the mood. But if you're doing it every night, and it's not, obviously that's not it. And first of all, that's more evidence that he doesn't like her. There's no way you can't find a man on earth with that kind of control and discipline. There's no way. I'm in bed with a woman and she's giving me some mouth love and I don't want to have sex at all. I don't want to do anything to her. There's no way. I absolutely have to hate this woman. I have to hate her to let her do that and be like, whatever, I'm going to sleep. There's no way. It just ain't no way. Like, when you start, you got a few minutes before I'm like, that's enough of this shit here. Go ahead and lay back. I don't know what the fuck Ryan is doing. And she's talking to the other ladies, which I don't have a problem with, but I kind of do. Because people vent. So it's fine for her to vent, but I would question how long she's known these women for a month if they're the ones you vent to. But I don't have any problem with her going off. She needs to tell him. Because she's told all these women how she feels. She's told production how she feels. She's telling the experts how she feels. She's telling the camera during her confessional how she feels. But she says it's hard to talk to him. She doesn't want to tell him how absolutely frustrated she is. How badly she needs this. So he doesn't know. He is like, oh, I'm a good husband. I'm doing a good dad. They're like, to him, this shit is going great. And she is going out of her mind. I don't know what else to fucking say, man. It's bad. It's real bad. It's bad on Clara and it's bad on Ryan. She needs to stop getting him off. And he needs to be more selfless. And try and do something for her. Like, he's doing a lot of this other stuff that good husbands do. But it's like blowing the back out is also part of being, because they're married. If they were dating, fine. They're married. If he's this good Christian man, he knows you have to take care of your wife. And his wife is not being taken care of. And she's like, I'm glad you're doing all this other stuff. This is great. Oh, that's so sweet. I need some dick. He not giving it to him. I don't know what to say, man. And that's couple, Haley and Jacob. They argue so much, they're tired of arguing. They didn't argue this episode, which is great. But it's a shame it got to the point where they were tired of it. Like, God damn, we couldn't talk. I think Haley said every hour, they argued at least once an hour. And Jacob was like, God, it wasn't that much. He was like, it was close about it. Whenever we talked to each other, it would turn into an argument. And it seemed that way. It really did. Every time they talked to each other, it would be an argument. And they were like, let's just try to have fun. Let's just finish this out just having fun. Not being super serious about everything and not just going at it about everything. They just try to relax, have fun, and just enjoy the rest of this. And they both agreed, and they went go-karting, and she beat him in the go-kart race, and he was like, oh, man, he was pissed that she beat him. But even that, they were struggling to not argue about that. Because she said, I had to beat you or my dad would never forgive me. Because he was a race, because they raced. So she was like, I had to beat you. And he was pissed because he lost. He was like, God damn, it was that. Like, it was just, that was a funny argument, not argument. And it seems like, Jacob has just given up. He's quit. And Haley is still trying, but Jacob, I feel, has just quit. He's just like, I'm just doing this, to do something. Because he feels like, you don't like me. You think I'm ugly. You don't get my joke. You don't get my personality. You don't like my style. Nothing. Like, why put a lot of effort in it? Makes sense to me. They have dinner. He said a joke during dinner that I actually popped to, that I really enjoyed. He asked her, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a cook are you? And she said, I'm about a 7 or an 8. And he said, well, do you wear an apron? And she was like, no, I don't wear an apron. He said, well, you wear an apron, it makes your cooking better. And she was like, is that true? He was like, yeah, aprons make your cooking better. And she said, well, wait till you try these Brussels sprouts. And he was like, why? They're only going to be a 7 or 8. But if you put on an apron, it'd be an 8.5 or a 9. See? So that's a stupid little fucking dry humor thing, but I got it and I liked it. She chuckled, but it was like she got that it was him being funny, even if she really was like, that's stupid. It's like, but it got me. It got me. Like, you put an apron on, it got an 8.5 to a 9. Even the whole why is gonna be a 7 or 8. Like all of that I liked. And she asked him about his dating. She asked him about relationships. They don't really talk about dating. So she was like, what about dating? What's your dating relationship like? And he was just like, some shit about pumpkin lady, stuff like that. And she was just really asking him a lot of questions. And then, she would pause for him to ask her something, and he would never ask her anything. Because he just didn't care. He was like, why? And that's how it went, He just was not talking to her. He didn't ask her anything. He didn't really care. He was like, this is going to be over with and done in a minute, so I don't really feel the need to do this shit. But she was trying to learn more about him. And I feel like the more she learned about him, the more she liked him. But for him, I guess he wasn't picking up on that. Because it does seem like she's starting to like him more and more. And she's starting to realize, okay, this is kind of where it went left at. And you saw later she went on a double date, Jacob and Haley with Brianna and Vincent. I don't know why, that was a weird pairing. And she says that, he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't engage in any conversation or anything. And I don't know what's, going on. But she tells, I think it was Vincent. No, it was Brianna. She tells Brianna that, she said, I don't get his sense of humor. So she identified, she said, he is joking, and I'm not picking up on that he's joking. She said, no, he's being funny, and I'm not picking up, like, oh, that was a joke. And he tells Vincent, like, she doesn't get my sense of humor. Because, I'm trying to be funny and playful, and she's just, like, not getting it. He like, I have a dry sense of humor, and I'm trying to, be witty and clever, and she is just like, I don't get it. And she was like, and I don't get it, but she said she's starting to get to where she's identifying that's what he's doing. That was a joke. Before, she was like, are you serious? I can't believe you would say that. But then she was like, that was a joke. I get it. You're joking right now. So, which kills the joke, because it's not funny, but it's just an attempt at funny. Like, he's trying to loosen up, or he's trying to like break the ice or break the tension in his own way, but it's not really that good of a way. But I think the more time they spend not arguing and talking and just together, this might actually can do something. Because they do have, when they say we're going to have fun, they kind of have fun, Because there's nothing wrong. Like, both of them are good people. You would think they would get along. You would think they would at least get along. You really would. I don't know what to make of this. I really don't. Next is Chris and Paige. I was thankful that they were never together at this point. Paige talks to her family, her brother and sister-in-law visit, and she tells them some of what's going on. And like, the sister-in-law is shocked, brother not so much, or maybe he kind of had feelings or heard rumblings, but the sister-in-law seemed like she really know what the fuck was going on about the pregnancy and how he felt and treated and talked and everything. And Paige says she felt like she was in love with the idea of marriage, that she kind of forgot who she was and was sacrificing herself to make sure the marriage worked, which was not good. She just got lost in it. She got lost in trying to be married, that she didn't remember, like, this is what a marriage is supposed to be, and this wasn't it. Good on her. Her brother tells her, like, this isn't it for you. You're still in your 20s, got your 30s, your 40s, and the guy that comes after this is going to be great. But her brother also talked like this isn't the first time this happened to her. Like, yeah, this is something you do often. This happens. This is usually how your relationships go. You get so caught up into it that the guy can just do whatever the fuck he wants, and you just go along with it. Like, it was old hat. Like, yeah, you always do this. And the sister-in-law probably didn't know that and was just like shocked this happened to her. And brother was like, this happens all the time. But yeah, I agree with her brother. Like, she got her whole life ahead of her. Like, don't worry about this. Just get the divorce and just keep on keeping on, You got forever to go. You see Chris talking to his mom, and he said his mom is really harsh. She gives tough advice. She did not. She kind of just like didn't care, didn't want to say anything, and was like, he was trying to put the blame on Paige, like, she's talking to me, and his mom was like, yeah, I can kind of understand why she wouldn't talk to you. Yeah, I wouldn't answer your phone call either. Like, she really didn't contribute to anything. Just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Maybe it's for the best. Move on. Be with Mercedes and your kid. Do all of that. She wasn't really trying to say. She was just like, whatever, son. Do what you gonna do. And that was it. At the meetup, Paige says to my, she lost herself in being with Chris. She knows she's stronger than that. She's tougher than that. And Brianna was like, I'm happy she came out of that and realized she was fucking up, because she was. And Haley like the same thing. Like, I'm just glad she's done with Chris. And here's the thing. I don't think she is. I think as soon as Chris comes, because he's not there, but as soon as he comes back around, she's going to be smiling in his face and, let's work it out. She's going to be doing that same shit over and over. I don't have any confidence in her at all. And I think that's it. That's all 5 of them. This relationship, this episode was good. It really was, because it was, the majority of it was Eric and Virginia arguing and fighting the entire time. Nobody else really did anything. They barely showed Brianna and Vincent. Chris and Paige were just, they were separate, which was good, thank God. But it was small. Haley and Jacob had just given up. They've agreed to just say, let's just try to enjoy ourselves till decision day. We say no, we'll get a divorce. And Jacob is like, that's fine. But they actually have potential to grow. Clara told Ryan 6 months, if you don't say I love you, I'm out. I think the no sex deadline is shorter than that. I think if they don't have sex by decision day, she's going to be out. And I don't think Ryan gets that because she's not expressing that. She is like, I need to have sex. Like, for you, it's optional. For me, this is not optional. This isn't fun. She is not learning anything about him. She is not getting closer to him. She's not feeling anything. Because sex is the thing that makes her want to do that. And he's not doing that. So, it is what it is, man. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. And I'll see y'all next episode, man. Hey, peace.